So, what are we going to do today? Today, we are talking about strategies for our stimulus-based conversation, and this would be the second part of your oral examination, right? Where you have a conversation with your teacher. So, what strategies are we going to talk about over here? We are going to talk about before strategies, which are basically before your conversation. What can you do? And then we are also going to talk about during your conversation strategies as well. Okay, so those are the two broad categories for the strategies today. I think the main one for today would be your during your conversation strategies. And so that would actually be this one. And we will be talking about a strategy called Oreo today. So you might have heard about Oreo in your school. Your teachers might have taught you before. It might come in a few forms. It might be Oreos with an S behind. It could be stereo, okay, or however your teachers want to spin it. But they cannot escape the main four steps, which is the O, R, E, and O later on, which I'll explain later. Okay, but in the meantime, all right, we will be looking at some grammar cloze as well as vocabulary cloze as well. And hopefully you can explain to me why the correct answer is that. I will call upon people randomly to explain the answer, and if you can, you basically get bonus points on Class Dojo. Now, those of you who are here and trial students, it's also to give you, although you don't get Class Dojo points, but if you can explain them properly, it's to give you a good opportunity as well to demonstrate your learning. And if you can explain them, all good, you get extra points. If you can't explain them, no points are minus at all. I will step in and I will explain a little bit more about the grammar or the vocabulary involved. Okay, so today we are at week 3 of our school holiday classes. So we are at week 45 of it, or rather lesson 45. And let's go. So I think some of you have already submitted your answers online. So I'm just going to get everyone's results online and see what you have written, whether you've gotten it correct or you've gotten it wrong. Okay, let's have a look. So I have received answers from online from Paris, Crystal, Isaac, Kruthik, Grace, and Zoe. So Grace just joined us online. So Grace, you don't get the on time point for Class Dojo, okay, because you're a bit late. Okay, so those of you who did it online, very good. You will have the advantage because you have already answered it online. And if you get it wrong, I'll tell you that you got it wrong. You can answer again in order to get the mark, okay, if you want the mark. So first up, grammar cloze. So there's always a list of helping words. Same thing for vocabulary cloze, okay? So the villagers liked to visit the wise man when they had problems. Blank complained about the same problems to blank each time. So for question 1 over here, everyone got it correct except for Zoe. Zoe, you might want to give me the answer again for question 1. And I do not have Luis's answer as well. So Luis, please give me your answer for question 1. What do you think that would be? Jing Yang as well. I don't have your answer. Please give me your answer. And I do have Isaac's, Grace's, Crystal's, and Clarice's answer. So you guys are good. I know what you wrote for this question 1. So send me your answers in the chat group. So Zoe's answer has come in and she is correct. Very good. And waiting for Jing Yang's answer as well as Luis's answer for question 1. So Luis, what's your answer? And Jing Yang as well for question 1. Still waiting for you. What's happening? If not, I will take it that you don't have an answer and then I'll move on. Okay, I'll just give you 5 more seconds to answer for question 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and boom. Okay, time's up. So no answers from Jing Yang and Luis. So question number 1, the answer is supposed to be E, right? They. Okay, so let me pick someone who got it correct to explain to me why the answer is like that. Maybe Zoe. Zoe, why is question 1's answer they? Can you unmute yourself and explain to me? Who does the they over here refer to, Zoe?
Zoe.
Sorry?
Sorry? The villagers.
The villagers, very good. So we know that this is definitely the answer. They refers to the villagers because the villagers were the ones visiting the wise men, right? So about their problems. So they would be the ones complaining. The wise men would be the one listening. So you are correct. All right, the answer here is they. All right. And this would have to be capital T because it's the beginning of the sentence. Oh, you know what? Let me just erase that. So I can write a capital T over here. They. All right. So that's capital T, they. So that's Zoe. Okay, so who got this one right according to my submissions here? It's Clarice, Grace, and Zoe. Okay, so Clarice, Grace, and Zoe, you get 1 point. Okay, so those of you who are wondering why you don't have a Class Dojo account here, they are given only to full-time students. All right, and then they can earn points there. So they complain about the same problems. And by the way, Kruthik, you are correct. And Crystal, you are correct as well. Good job. Isaac, you are right as well. Good. Question 2. So they complain about the same problems to what each time? So I have received all your answers here. Those of you who submitted it online, you are all correct. So I just don't have Luis's and Jing Yang's answer for question 2. So Luis and Jing Yang, I would appreciate it if you send your answers through in the chat group ASAP, right, as soon as possible for question 2, because it's rather direct, right, question 2. We are talking about the wise men. So what would be a good representative of the wise man over here? Jing Yang and Luis? What would be a good word to represent the wise man here? I've already given you a very big clue. We are trying to represent the wise man over here. Yeah? Okay, Luis has given me an answer. How about Jing Yang? Okay. Jing Yang, Okay, so actually Louis changed the answer. I think so you changed the answer to the correct one. So the answer is actually D, him, right? And Jing Yang, you got yours wrong. So the him over here would refer to the wise man because this would be in the object form. So for the word he would be the subject of the sentence. Him would be the object of the sentence. So here we're giving it to him, right? He's the one receiving. He's the one receiving what? He's the one receiving the complaints over here. The complaining is the verb. So since he's the one receiving, he's being an object over here. Objects receive, subjects perform the verb. Objects receive the verb. Over here, since he is the one receiving the verb, right, we use him. Okay, so we've used him, so that's correct for number 2. And then we have used they, that's correct for number 1. All right. Okay, so in this case, I think Toby is not here yet. Let me just circle him getting out. And then just all of you, except Xing Yang, it's 1 point. Okay, moving on. Question 3. One day he told what a joke and they laughed. So those of you who replied online, you got it correct. Xing Yang and Louise, I'll give you 10 seconds to answer this. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so the answer here is actually F. Oops. Answer here is F. All right, them. Them, once again, referring to the villagers. He told them, all right, a joke, and they laughed. So, everyone here gets the point, except for Jing Yang. All right, he told them the same joke a few times later, and only a few of them smiled. So we have used them over here. Okay, only a few them over here. And only a few of them smiled. Blank then said, you can't laugh at the same joke again. So why do? So over here, who's the one speaking? It's the wise man again, right? So your answers online here are, okay, everyone got it correct except for Zoe. Zoe needs to give me the answer again. Louise and Jing Yang, please give me the answers for question 4. Okay, Louise has given me her answer. Zoe has given me her answer. And how about Jing Yang? Hey, what happened to Jing Yang? Jing Yang is on my coffee break. Okay, never mind, we'll start without him. Okay, so the answer here is actually correct for Zoe and Louise. So the answer here is he. Capital H. He then said, you can't laugh at the same joke again. Right? So he refers to the wise man. He has to do something. Okay, Jing has to do something. Okay, so 1 point. And then, okay, the rest of you got it correct as well. Good. And for the last one, all of you got it correct too. So I only need Louise's answer for the last one. You can't laugh at the same joke again, so why do what always complain about the same problems? Everyone remained silent. Yeah. So Louise. Yes, Louise, you're correct. So over here, it's supposed to be G. So why do you always complain about the same problems? You over here, of course, referring to you, of course, over here referring to the few of them, or rather the all of them.